Welcome to the 6-Minute English Podcast, your quick, no fluff guide to improving your English in just minutes a day. Subscribe now and make English a part of your daily life.
Have you ever noticed how much time you spend scrolling through social media? It's become a big part of our lives, hasn't it? Today we're going to explore a short story about how this constant connection might be changing the way we think, maybe without us even realizing it.
It's a really interesting topic. We'll be looking at how social media influences our opinions and our perceptions of the world. It can be a bit like wearing tinted glasses, you only see a certain version of reality.
Exactly. Our story takes place in a near-future city called Gleamtopia. Imagine a place where everything is bright, shiny, and seemingly perfect, at least online.
Gleamtopia. It sounds utopian, doesn't it? The name itself suggests a perfect society, gleaming with happiness and success. But as we'll see, appearances can be deceiving.
Our main character is Anya. She's a young woman who lives and breathes social media. Lives and breathes means it's a huge part of her life. She works as a trend forecaster, someone who predicts what will be popular online.
So Anya spends her days analyzing what's trending, what's going viral. Those are words we use for content that spreads quickly and widely on the internet. It's a fascinating job, but it also keeps her constantly plugged in.
She's always connected, always online. And in Gleamtopia, being online is everything. It's how people communicate, work, shop, even build relationships.
Imagine a world where your social media profile is more important than your real-life interactions. That's Gleamtopia. It's a world built on likes, shares, and followers.
So, Sarah kept scrolling. Her thumb, almost automatically, flicked upwards. The endless stream of perfect lives, perfect vacations, perfect everything, it started to get to her. Get to someone means to bother or affect someone negatively.
It's like that feeling you get when you spend too much time looking at travel blogs right before a staycation. Suddenly, your comfy couch and a good book don't seem so appealing anymore, right? You start feeling a bit inadequate. That's a good word to learn. Inadequate. It means not good enough.
Exactly. She began comparing her life, her perfectly ordinary, perfectly happy life, to these curated online realities. Curated is a good word here. It means carefully chosen and organized, often to create a particular impression. Think of a museum curator selecting pieces for an exhibition. They choose only the best.
And of course, on social media, everyone is a curator of their own digital museum. They only display the masterpieces, the highlight reel of their lives. The mundane, everyday moments? Those rarely make the cut.
Right. So Sarah's breakfast of toast and marmalade didn't seem to measure up to the avocado toast artfully arranged on a rustic wooden table overlooking the ocean. Her evening walk with her dog in the local park couldn't compete with the photos of friends hiking in the Himalayas.
It's a trap, isn't it? This constant comparison. It can really distort your perspective. Distort means to twist or change something so that it's no longer accurate. Like looking at your reflection in a funhouse mirror.
And that's exactly what was happening to Sarah. Her perception of reality was becoming warped, twisted by the images flashing before her eyes. She started to feel discontent. Discontent simply means not satisfied or happy with something.
It's subtle, too, isn't it? It creeps up on you. One minute you're happily scrolling, the next you're wondering where you went wrong in life. It's important to be aware of this effect. Recognizing it is the first step to breaking free.
Absolutely. So, what did Sarah do? Well, she did something quite interesting. She decided to conduct a little experiment. An experiment on herself.
Ooh, intriguing. An experiment. That sounds like the start of something important. Tell me more.
So, to quickly recap what's happened so far in our story. A young woman named Anya has become completely absorbed by social media. Her life revolves around likes, shares, and comments. She's constantly checking her phone, comparing herself to others, and feeling inadequate.
Exactly. Absorbed is a good word here. It means completely focused on something, almost like a sponge soaking up water. And inadequate means feeling not good enough, like you're lacking something.
Right, and it's starting to affect her real life. She's neglecting her work, her hobbies, and even her friends. She's so busy crafting a perfect online persona that she's losing sight of who she really is.
And that online persona, that carefully constructed image of herself she presents online, it's not really her, is it? It's just a highlight reel, showing only the good parts and hiding the rest. Like a curated museum exhibit of her life.
A curated exhibit, I like that analogy. It really captures the artificiality of it all. She's become obsessed with creating this perfect image, and the pressure is starting to get to her.
Yes, and remember how the story emphasized the filters she uses? Not just the photo filters, but the mental filters she puts on everything. She only sees the positive aspects of other people's lives, which makes her own life seem dull in comparison.
It's a classic case of comparing your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. And that's a recipe for unhappiness. The story really highlights how social media can distort our perceptions of reality. Distort means to twist or change something from its true form. Think of a funhouse mirror.
Exactly, and Anya's starting to realize that something's wrong. She's feeling increasingly anxious and isolated, even though she's constantly connected online. That's a key paradox. The story explores how being constantly connected can actually make you feel more alone.
A paradox is a situation that seems contradictory but is actually true. And it's a common experience in the digital age. So, where do we leave off? Anya has just had a particularly bad day, feeling overwhelmed and disconnected from everything real.
She's at a turning point. She's starting to question the role social media plays in her life, and she's wondering if there's a way to reclaim her sense of self. The next part of the story will explore that struggle. Reclaim means to get something back that you've lost.
So, Emilia was becoming obsessed. She was constantly refreshing her feed, checking for likes and comments. It was like she was addicted, hooked on the validation, the little dopamine hits every time someone reacted to her posts. This constant need for approval started to seep into her real life too.
She began to second-guess everything she did, wondering how it would look online. Would her friends approve? Would it get enough likes? It was like she was living her life for an audience, not for herself. This constant pressure to present a perfect image is something so many people struggle with these days.
Exactly. And the story uses the word, curated, to describe her online presence. Think of a museum curator, carefully selecting and arranging exhibits. Emilia was doing the same thing with her life, only it was online. She was creating a curated version of herself, not the real one.
Curated life is one that is carefully constructed and presented, often to give a particular impression. In Emilia's case, she only showed the positive aspects of her life, the highlights. The everyday struggles, the doubts, the imperfections, those were hidden away.
Another interesting phrase here is echo chamber. Emilia found herself surrounded by people who shared her views, who reinforced her beliefs, even if those beliefs weren't entirely accurate or healthy. This is what an echo chamber is.
It's like being in a room where your own voice bounces back at you, amplified. You don't hear any dissenting opinions, any challenges to your perspective. And in this echo chamber, Emilia's obsession with social media only grew stronger.
The story also talks about Emilia spiraling. This means a rapid decline or worsening of a situation. Her mental health was spiraling downwards because of her social media obsession. She was becoming increasingly anxious, isolated, and detached from reality.
It's important to recognize the signs of spiraling, both in ourselves and in others. Increased anxiety, withdrawal from social activities, changes in sleep patterns, these can all be indicators that someone is struggling.
And finally, the story uses the word facade, which means a false appearance or outward show that hides what is really happening. Emilia presented this perfect facade online, while underneath, she was struggling.
It's a common theme in the age of social media. People create these perfect facades, these idealized versions of themselves, and it can be incredibly damaging. It's important to remember that what we see online is often just a highlight reel, not the whole story.
Okay, let's quickly recap the story. Remember Anya? She was so caught up in the perfect world of social media, always chasing likes and comments. It became an obsession, almost an addiction, you could say.
Right. And her real life, her offline life, started to suffer. She neglected her friends, her studies, even her beloved dog, Buster. She was so busy crafting her online persona, her image the way she wanted others to see her.
She started feeling inadequate, not good enough. Because everyone online seemed so perfect, so happy all the time. She was comparing herself to these idealized, often unrealistic, versions of people.
Exactly. It was all a facade, a superficial representation of reality. Remember the word, facade? It means a false appearance that hides something different underneath.
Then came the turning point. Remember the photography competition? Anya's photo, a genuine, unfiltered picture of Buster sleeping, didn't get any likes at first. She felt crushed, devastated.
But then something amazing happened. One comment. Just one genuine, heartfelt comment about the beauty of the simple moment captured in the photograph. And then another, and another. Real comments, not just empty likes.
It made Anya realize the value of authenticity, of being true to herself. Authenticity means being genuine, real, not fake or pretending to be someone else. It's about embracing who you are, flaws and all.
She started to disconnect from the constant pressure of social media and reconnect with her real life. She spent time with her friends, focused on her studies, and gave Buster lots of belly rubs. She realized those real-life connections were far more valuable.
She learned a valuable lesson. Social media can be a fun tool, a way to connect with people, but it's important to maintain a healthy balance and not let it dictate your self-worth.
And remember, don't compare your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. Everyone has their own struggles and imperfections, even if they don't show it online. Focus on your own journey, your own happiness.
So, that's the story of Anya and how she learned to navigate the tricky world of social media. We hope you enjoyed it and learned a thing or two along the way. Thanks for listening to English Boost. Remember, practice a little every day and you'll see big results. See you in the next episode.